Peace, what's up, y'all? We live right here.
What's up? Live.
Yes, we here actually in celebration of the book Let Love Have the Last Word. We at Simon & Schuster's office in New York City talking to y'all, to the world. And I guess we get started first by talking about why I even wanted to write a book. I, first of all, love writing and I love books. And I felt that I had a story and some stories in my mind and things to tell that I believed could be enlightening or inspiring to other individuals just by me sharing my story. It's not really about like I have all the answers or this is how you do this. It's really about just saying, man, me striving to practice love, these are some of the things that I've used on this journey to seek out love and to express it. And really one of the biggest seeds of why I wrote the book was because in the world, I felt like it was a lot of, it has been a lot of depression, anxiety, different fears being around us. And, you know, things have felt heavy at times. And from my experience and what I've learned to become is to stay hopeful and to stay faithful and believing in man and mankind and us having a better world. It's been love, and practicing that love has been the greatest thing. And not the floaty, fluffy love. I'm talking about the love that's an active work. That means to somebody like my brother Sean here, if we ever have a dispute or had a dispute, we talk it through and like figure out what it is. That don't mean he don't have his perspective, I don't have my perspective. We both got a perspective. It may be that way from a father-daughter relationship, which is something that I have talked about in the book. And love for community. It's a constant progress and process that I've continue to strive to practice, and that's why I wanted to share this book to bring some hope and good light to people. Yeah. So you see, we getting directed by.
We are all the way live, and I was just told to sit up because I was getting too comfortable on the sofa. So, which is what you can do on a sofa, but those people at home, I know y'all probably slouching or laying in the bed, so we're gonna get right into it.
Yeah.
But the reason why we're doing this, we want you all to remember that there's only one man right here, so we can't go everywhere. But if you want your book signed, go to premiercollectibles.com/comment, and that is the place where you can go to get an autographed book by him. He's really gonna sign it. You about to see him a little bit.
Yeah. Do I start signing?
We ready? But we're gonna get into some questions first. So the first question is from Chad in British Columbia, and Chad says, in your opinion, whose death was the greatest loss to the future path of their generation or music in general? I'm not sure what he's saying, but I think he's talking about I guess the most recent loss of the great Nipsey Hussle, and then some of the ones that happened in the past.
Well, his name, I'm sorry.
Chad, British Columbia.
Chad, first off, I would like to say, God bless the soul of Nipsey Hussle. And man, make sure that I acknowledge and give respect to his family and what they may be going through. I want to be respectful to that situation. So I don't think I can equate anybody's death as greater or less than to a community, to a culture, to a family, because these are human beings and their lives your life is just as important as mine, no matter popularity or not. We feel the loss of Nipsey Hussle in a strong way because of what he had been doing so much good in the community. We feel the loss of a Biggie Smalls because what he means to so many of us in, Notorious B.I.G. Biggie, because of what he means to so much of us in the culture. We feel the loss of a Tupac Shakur because of what he generated for us and the hope that he generated and the strength that he had generated in us. Neither one of those outweighs the other, is less than, and neither of them is greater than. I mean, it's just as valuable life as Laquan McDonald and Michael Brown, Philando Castile, and other names that I can't like bring, that I may not even know that whose lives have been lost. So I just want to say that all of those artists that you named really meant something to us, and they mean something, and we want to carry that spirit and that tradition, you know, that they brought to us. We want to carry that energy to the next generations and to all the people that's living today. But God bless the souls of everybody I mentioned.
That was a good question, Chad. You supposed to sign these books too, man.
That's a good, y'all sign while I'm talking too.
Yeah,
I did. I was doing one, but then I thought I was supposed to pay attention to the question.
Man.
Plus, he asked me a question that was really a good one. You know, I couldn't. It wasn't like why. It wasn't just like, yo, okay, how'd you get the name Common Sense? I can answer that while I'm doing, you know.
So the next one's for Rosie. We're gonna go to the next one. Rosie from Cordova, Tennessee. I never heard of that, but I know one of our producers is from Memphis. It's near Memphis.
It's near Memphis. All right.
You know, when people from a small town, they always say right outside of. You ever notice that? When they from a little, they don't never tell you it's like right outside. If somebody say right outside of, you from a small town. So Rosie's question is.
But we love y'all small town people.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But we ain't coming there. So that's why you got to go to premiercollectibles.com /Common to get your autographed book. So we didn't forget you, small town people.
Yeah.
So Rosie, this is her book. We're gonna sign. Asks, this is a very good question. It's not a lot of words, but she just asked, what still surprises you? And you know, as someone who's seen it all, like my grandpa said,
that's a great question.
You keep living, you'll keep learning and seeing things. So, what still surprises you?
Man, I get surprised by different things. Sometimes the conversations I have with my mother like surprise me because she is like constantly evolving and growing, and like I'm surprised because it's like, man, my mother is a nice, you know, she's an experienced person. She's lived a lot of years. So to hear her like talking about the things she's talking about surprises me sometimes. And on the flip side of that, my daughter surprises me at times because she'll start just saying some wise things, and she's a young lady. So those are the two things that really actually still surprise me. But I did have a great surprise the other day.
What was that?
I was given an honorary degree at Florida A&M at FAMU. I was doing a commencement speech for the 2019 class. Shout out to the FAMU Rattlers and all the historical black colleges out there, all the graduating classes out there. But at FAMU, they surprised me with an honorary degree in fine arts. So I just want to say how grateful I am. I really like surprises. Great surprise. I love it.
It wasn't just a degree. It was a doctorate.
I'm a doctorate. I got a doctorate. I was not downplaying it because that thing, like, I'm telling you, I'm
PhD.
I still, to this day, was like, man, this is one of the most monumental times in my life. So I was surprised with that. And y'all gave me a good birthday surprise. Y'all got me some signed jerseys.
Oh,
yeah. My team, who is my family, they gave me some signed jerseys by some of my favorite basketball players. One by LeBron, you know, one by Kyrie Irving, and one by Steph Curry. All three of them are like, man, some people that I just am inspired by when I watch them play. I'm like, man, that just make me want to be better because them dudes is cold. So that was a great surprise.
A good question, Rose. And I'll add on that when we were leaving, the last place we were leaving, me and our good friend Monard, we were just taking it all in. Like, can you believe we selling books now? Like, considering where we came from, when you think about where you came from and where you are now, it just never ceased to, you know, it's still that wow moment.
That's very true because, you know, when I went back to FAMU, I actually realized that was why I came up with the title, Can I Borrow a Dollar? Because I used to be on the campus asking for money for lunch, you know? So to think about, for me, just being back there, getting a doctorate. But my point is, sometimes I do get certain moments where I'm like, I might be standing across from Michelle Obama and be like, man.
Be like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is that?
yeah.
Where are we?
Yeah, what is going on, man? So I'm, it's certain times like that I definitely feel those are surprises or just moments where I'm like, wow, I can't believe that I'm here.
So, a great question, Rosie. Great question. So, next question is we got Stephanie in Midlothian, Virginia. And I know I pronounced that right because I butchered that town up before and I was checked.
Excuse me.
That's right outside of. We got another right outside of.
Right outside of.
As a matter of fact, anybody from major cities shouldn't even be on this right now. We
all-
want all the right outside of. But Stephanie says, your performance with the Richmond Symphony Orchestra was incredible. I felt changed as a person. That's heavy, Steph.
Wow.
Will you come back to Richmond?
I have to come back to Richmond. I just saw somebody yesterday at the performance or 2 days ago at the performance we had at Riverside Church that said, man, when you coming to Richmond, you got to come back to Richmond. I want to come to Richmond. I love the people of Richmond. I did enjoy that performing with the symphony, and I definitely plan to come back at some point. And plus, shout out to D'Angelo. He from Richmond. Yeah, I got love for Richmond.
All right. Next question is from Robin in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, Robin, you're not right outside of, but I know it's cold as hell in Minnesota, so you might fall under that category. But we got love for Minnesota.
Yeah.
So Robin says, how can we collectively show love and not hate?
Robin, I think the collective begins with the you, begins with the me. Like, meaning we can think on a macro level, but we got to think from an inside level first. And like, I think that when you start like showing love yourself, you start setting the example for other people. It works even just like at your job. If you start just normally just giving people love in ways that they may not be used to, it becomes contagious in a way, in a great way. And I think, also we can show love as a collective by paying attention to what's going on in other areas of the world, other areas of communities that may not be us, but they may not be exactly where you from, but you still pay attention and see how you can maybe impact that community. So I think it's you can work on both levels as far as working within yourself. It starts with that, because I talked about that the other day, because I was talking about how I want to be an activist and do activist work, but activism starts with self-activism. So I think, those two components can work at the same time, but you got to make sure you are doing the self-activism too. So I think that's how we get the collective going on the love movement.
Cool.
To quote the great Tribe Called Quest, the love movement.
Cool. So the next question comes from Devin. What up, Dev? In Hendersonville, North Carolina. We got another right outside of.
Hendersonville. Hey,
I don't even know where Hendersonville.
Wait, Devin, let us know where Hendersonville.
That might be a right outside
It's
of right
close to-
outside of.
Oh man,
That's a double right outside of.
But we got love. I got love for Hendersonville, North Carolina, because you repping, Devin. Come on.
Love it. So Devin says, how do we fuel love for the future? Man, I like that choice of word.
Yeah.
Fuel.
Yeah.
Because you said something yesterday about feeding love and like feeding it and showing it in public.
Right.
So I don't want to answer your question.
What did I say? I don't even remember.
I don't remember how you said it, but it was talking about how it wasn't the sappy relationship part of love, a romantic part of love, but it talked about, to Devin's questions about, you gotta nurture and feed love. So I think that's what Devin is alluding to in this question on how do you fuel love, feed it.
I believe that we feed love with spirituality, with like practice of spirituality, whatever your spiritual practice may be. I think you fuel it by providing that foundation. I'm a believer in God. I believe in a higher power, and I know that God, that created the heavens and earth, exists in all the things that are beautiful, including me and you. So I think that in itself, I look at love as like little pieces of God that we distribute to each other, right? That's a piece of, like when I show love, like it's a piece of God I'm giving to you. So that, I think, is the foundation. What is your practice to build your spirit up? Then I think another thing is to get a practice that you do on a daily level. You good? Oh, yeah, I thought. A practice that you do on a daily level that lends you to practice your spirituality, and then other aspects of spirituality you may develop, which could include meditation. It can include, I think of art as a spiritual expression, to be honest. Like, we as artists, and photographers, and visual artists, and poets, and actors, it's all, to me, is a divine expression. So I think you might find something like that to do for yourself too. And then you just start soaking up as much information that you can use to build yourself as a person. And then you're able to just, apply those things and see what works for you, and then start using them in your daily life. And I think that's how we fuel love for the future. And I definitely think about a lot of things. Sometimes I think about, man, am I doing something that's going to help other, like I'm doing something for me at one point, and then my actions, will they benefit people that come after me? So that has to do with the future for sure.
So, man, great answer. That was a great question and answer.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try something different right now. We got Yolanda from Wisconsin is on the line, and it's her birthday. So Yolanda, yo.
Yo. What up, Yolanda?
Happy birthday.
Thank you
Happy
so much.
birthday.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey Yolanda, does anybody in your family call you Yo-Yo?
No, they don't. They call me Yogi.
Yogi, that's the other one I was gonna ask that.
Okay. What up, Yogi? Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
So what's your question?
So I actually do not have a question.
Uh-huh.
I have a thank you for comment. And I just want to say thank you for using your platform to give voice to those who do not have one. As you said earlier, everyone's life has the same value regardless of their celebrity, and that's a very important message. It doesn't matter how much money you have, what your race or ethnicity is, what religion you are, your sexual orientation. We're all valuable. And I navigate through each day with the motto to be kind, because you never know what another person is going through.
Yeah.
So when you show love, you can never go wrong. So I just want to simply say thank you for being positive and giving a voice to living a life of love. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Yo, we appreciate you, Yolanda, calling in. And, man, enjoy your born day. You're a Taurus, huh?
Okay, well, yes, sir.
All right, cool.
All the way through is what my husband tells me.
All right, well, enjoy it. Y'all enjoy it.
Okay, be well.
All right, peace.
That was cool, man.
Yeah.
That was cool. All right, so the next question is from Donna in Hardy, Arkansas. And Donna's question is, what is your passion? Music, acting, writing, or something else?
My passion, Donna, is all of these things. Anything that has to do with art that I'm doing, I do it with all my heart and soul, with all my spirit. I love it. Meaning, I love acting just as much as I love music. When I get to write in certain formats, different formats, I love that just as much as I do music. Yeah, so those are, I can't put one over the other. It's all, to me, it makes me think about this parable in the Bible where it talks about talents. And I'm not talking about like the literal word of talents, but it's talking about when God had given this man some, well, it actually was a parable, and the owner of the land had given him talents, and he left so that person could, and wanted that person to make those talents be fruitful and multiply. And when he came back, the person with the 5 talents turned that 5 into 10. And that's what I want to do with whatever gifts or whatever gifts that I do have. I want to manifest them in the greatest way. So that's why I love acting and music, and I love speaking, like going out to speak. But that is more of a activism thing for me. Like when I get to speak at events, it's more like just trying to share thoughts and inspire others.
All right. Now this next question is from Ayana in Saint Hippolyte, Quebec.
Ooh.
I know I probably butchered that. What you think? How you pronounce it?
Saint
Hippolyte or Hippolyte?
Hippolyte. I think you might be Hippolyte. We gonna keep it Hippolyte.
We'll keep it lit. Y'all call it we lit. So Ayana says
Hippolyte. Saint Hippolyte.
The light. Hippolyte.
Yeah, it might be like.
It's Lylyte.
Hey y'all, I got a book and Lytely. I got a book and we can't read. I do one time. We just haven't been to Saint Hippolyte or lit.
So Ayana says, and this is loaded, man. So you better sign it.
Okay, let me sign it.
This is loaded. So Ayana says, I'm Canadian of Caribbean descent. I'm black, but with an experience and worldview that is different from that of the African American community in my experience. You're African American, but with the worldview that must have evolved over time due to your celebrity and experience. What do you feel your role to be as a black man in the world, given your varied and global experience?
Oh, I think, Ayana, my responsibility or duty as a black man in the world, a black man from America, is to first be true to who I am and what I know black culture to be in America. And that first also allows me to know that black people are all not the same in America, right? We, like, Sean and I from the same South Side, like not too far, less than 2 miles from probably each other where we grew up. And we got a lot of similarities, but we still have some differences. And I think authenticity to oneself is the most important thing you could do to show what a culture is about, because that culture is usually, if you're a part of it, you don't have to force it or try to show it. I think, owe it to the world to be aware of other black cultures and be respectful to those. But, the one thing that I was just having a conversation about with some of my friends, that black people here in America, we've established certain cultures and certain things, and around the country you have different pockets of different people expressing themselves in those ways, but it's nothing like totally defined. Where this is the ritual for black people all the time. Like, so with that being said, this diversity is what I feel like I have to show, and just by being myself, and I think connecting with others and respecting their diversity, and even within black people, like just because somebody may be from one country in Africa, I shouldn't generalize somebody from Kenya like they function the same as somebody from Nigeria. So I think that's how I approach it. Or somebody that's black and from Canada, I don't expect you to be like a black person that's from South Side of Chicago. You have had a different culture. So I just try to be myself. That's the best way I can be dutiful and know my history.
That's a good point. And I add on to that. I would definitely say he is definitely, I think a part of your question was, have you evolved over time due to celebrity and experience? One may take that as that you've changed and forgotten where you came from. This guy has not changed. However, he has grown. I mean, anything that doesn't grow is dead. But he's grown, but also remained true to his upbringing, his Chicago and South Side roots. But and taking that everywhere he goes. Before we came on live, we were just talking about being in these rooms and being with certain dignitaries from all over the world, and being respectful, but also remembering where we came from. But he wrapped it up at the end with saying, not forgetting where you came from. You got to bring that, because those things is what molds you, and being proud of that. Because we were real quick just to wrap this conversation up. I was in a meeting the other day. We're talking about, in the music biz, the word urban music was always associated with black people, and we kind of shied away from it. But now hip hop and R&B is the #1 genre, and it's taking over rock. So now we are wearing that like, yeah, we urban, we're black, and we're proud of that. So just remembering where you came from, embracing it, and like you said, being true to yourself.
And one thing I do want to add, and that's great what you was just saying, because that's true. You made me think of an aspect where I didn't answer all of Ayana's question. Is I also feel my duty is, because I have traveled and seen certain things in the world, when I come back to like my hometown, or go out in Brooklyn, or when I go to Atlanta, if I'm in LA, in South Central, or areas where people who may not have had the luxury yet to travel to these places, that I can bring those experiences and that open-mindedness, so that that we think on a level of the world and think on a global level. As much as we also think about feeding our community, we still think about affecting the world. Because that, for surely, growing up on the South Side, what opened my mind up was traveling. And even my mother first took me on a vacation when I was a little kid. She took me to Jamaica. That was even like, yo, dang, man, I could, it's just that type of stuff. So just to be able to express those things to people that I come back to is important when it comes to us, my duty as a black person in America that travels.
Yeah, man. Shoot, as you was answering that question, I was thinking about another thing that you do. Not only do you go places and come back, but you also bring people along with you. Like, I know if you're going somewhere, you done brought some of the homies with you. Come experience this with me.
Yes,
come see these certain things. So, and invite them in certain rooms, because a lot of people, when they, they get that elevator, they take that elevator up to the top, they don't send it back down.
Right.
They hit stop. So that's another thing you do. Now, that was a loaded question and a great question, y'all.
Yeah. You just run to it. You hit the elevator and go to the top. They don't just stop.
I ain't know. See, you affectionate.
You're natural, man. You're natural.
It's addictive.
You're natural, bro.
Good morning, Yana. So we're gonna let me see. Oh wow, we got Melissa from the Armed Forces. First of all, thank you for serving the country, Melissa.
Yeah, thank you, Melissa.
Her question is, I believe you found your purpose. What advice would you give a young man still searching for his purpose? So I'm thinking you're asking for someone else if this is Melissa, but nonetheless, we're gonna answer it.
I would give. Let me make sure I gotta zip my pants, man.
This how live we are, baby. This is live. Wardrobe malfunctions and everything.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, Melissa, I would give a young man or a young woman that's seeking out their purpose, I would say that, man, you gotta go out and find different things, just try different things. You gotta try things, and as in the process of trying things, meaning trying things that you may be drawn to. Say you was like, man, I actually want to get into graphic design. Oh man, I actually wanted to get into photography. Oh, you know what? I want to get into coding, or I was thinking about writing a play. You got to try those things, and if they're difficult and you still want to do them, that may let you know that's part of what your purpose is. Because when you really love something, even when it's difficult, you still go for it. You still put your heart and soul in it because you believe in it as your purpose. So the actual seeking out those different things and finding, and it's something I believe we all have, is intuition, or that feeling, your gut feeling. And I think that you got to know in your gut, like, man, dang, I really feel this. You might be waking up thinking about it. You might be going to bed, falling asleep doing it. And those things are things that you care about, and that those things can be part of the thread in your purpose. Because I found hip hop in that way, and I just love doing it, and I love writing, and I found myself wanting to do it all the time, and I actually found a purpose within it that became like a bigger voice, and became something of like wanting to enlighten or inspire or tell my story and bring people together, or just tell my story. So yeah, I think that's what it is, Melissa. Introduce whomever you're talking to, whether male or female, to all these different things, and they'll gravitate to what they like, and you'll know if that is their purpose. They'll know.
Cool. So don't forget, everybody that's on right now, go to premiercollectibles.com/common to get your autograph copy of Boom, Let Love Have the Last Word. These are for all the people that can't make it to the tour stops. We didn't forget about you. It's for all the right outside ofs and all the towns that didn't make the first leg. We got you. We got you. This is why we're here. So this next question is from, I'm not even going to try this name, man. I'm going to let you butcher it up. Let them be mad at you.
That's Braulio.
Oh, you said it like you
You know, bro. Come on, you don't know, bro.
Bro. I wish he was on the phone. So Braulio, spelled Braulio. His question is, and I like this question.
Okay. I actually messed it up. It's Braulio.
It's Braulio? Braulio?
I put Uli, cause I tried to. It's Braulio.
Braulio. From Belton, Texas. Shout out to Belton.
Belton.
His question is,
or
her question is,
put this belt on.
Is Belton?
It's Belton, but they should put their belt
on.
Do.
Yeah. Author, actor, artist only. Only. What phrase has been on your mind since the streets of Chicago till now? That's a good question.
That's a great question,
man.
What phrase has been on my mind?
It's phrases and words that's just synonymous with Chicago. Like every place has, sayings that's indigenous to that land.
Yeah. That's a good question, man. You look. What phrase has been on my mind? Hey, what?
Let's go. It's not
hustle. What? Dirty, used to have a good one, man. I used to say, or
it's more like sayings that are applicable to a situation.
Like what? Give me an example.
For show, or like something like affirmation is like like for show. I'm standing on that. You know what I mean? I'm standing on that.
Yeah. Or sis, that's sis.
Yeah,
that's sis. But I mean, a phrase. I'm trying to answer your question in the right way, and I think a phrase is like, man. Let me think of something I said in my rap that might have been a phrase that, I think it's more just like scared money don't make money. It kind of that might be one, but that ain't really specific to Chicago. Yeah. Actually, that was in Q-Tip's song. That's where I first heard it. So that was in Tribe Called Quest song. That ain't Chicago. I might have to get back to your question, Braulio.
Damn, that's a good one.
You got me, man.
Somebody from Chicago call in. You got us stuck.
Yeah.
You got us stuck. We're gonna leave that question up. We're gonna come back to you. We're gonna keep signing though. Keep signing.
Yeah.
So Jason from Austin, Texas, one of my favorite cities in the United States.
I just was in Austin, man. I was in Austin on Monday for a second.
Did you get a chance to go? It's some good food in Austin, man.
It's great.
Great restaurants. So if you've never been to Austin, do not sleep.
It's great food out there.
It's like the one city in Texas doesn't belong. It's full of art, culture, music.
I've had some of the best performances down in Austin. I love going down there to perform.
So Jason asks, who is currently on rotation on your playlist?
To be honest, Jason, man, I've been listening to like music that just keep me in a good mode for a minute, because like we've been doing a lot of work on the road, so I listen to like gospel music like William Murphy and Jeffrey Golden and Tasha Cobbs, but then I listen to jazz music like John Coltrane, and I like Kamasi Washington. As far as present day music, some people that I like that I, could say I've been digging. I like Summer Walker. I like her, and I like Saba. To me, one of the best and great MCs of all time is Kendrick Lamar. So I like what he does, and Chance, and I like Smino. I think Daniel Caesar is a great artist. Daniel Caesar is incredible to me. Frank Ocean, yeah. Those are some of the, and old girl Lizzo, she dope too. Lizzo, she dope. Yeah, you mess with Lizzo.
Lauren feeling that.
Yeah, Lauren mess with Lizzo. Lizzo dope. So it's a lot of dope artists, man. I gotta say, I've been checking out some of the new music and just been like, man, it's a lot of dope new artists that's coming with different stuff. Oh, that dude Buddy, I like that dude Buddy. You play you. He had that black, I'm black. But then you sent me a song and he was like, man, he was when he was singing, he was performing on Jimmy Kimmel. Anyway, that dude Buddy is dope too.
Cool. We're gonna go to what we got. Oh, I like this one. This is Felicia in Naptown.
In Naptown.
Indianapolis, Indiana. Alicia says, Alicia's like, what type of things, that's plural, are on your bucket list that you haven't done yet?
Skydive.
You gonna do that shit?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Man, for what?
Hey, I wanna do it, man. It's on my bucket list.
Man, what else?
Playing the NBA. Well, maybe they give me like
they got a junior NBA. That's like 8-year-olds.
A 10-day
you
concert.
might get a child for that.
10-day. Somebody can give me a 10-day.
Look, man, that movie was as close as you're gonna get.
Somebody can give me a 10-day.
That movie with the special effects is just right.
Man,
as close as you're gonna get.
Look, somebody tell the commissioner to do a special edition of Let Me Play in the League for 10 days. I mean, just to get on the NBA court.
But you know what? I support that.
And then
I want you to play for 10 minutes so you can see that you had no business being out there. I want to see that. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, I want to see you guard what them do.
And I want to come back like, Black, man, why y'all let me go out there?
Yeah, I'm with that.
Why you let me do that, man? I'll be blaming y'all. So, man, why you? But another one I think is going to Ghana. I haven't been to Ghana. I want to go to Ghana.
Yeah. Ghana's been like the new destination spot, man. But you gonna skydive for real? You want to do that?
I think that's something I would like to do at some point. I've been talking about. I was gonna do it for my birthday, and I was like, man, let me finish my album. So if things don't go right, I can at least have my album out.
Motherfucker, if things don't go right, ain't no album.
I mean, no, I said the album can go. I said the album can still come out. I said, That's why I didn't do it. I was I didn't go. I didn't go like do it because I was like, man, at least let me finish this album. So then, anyway.
Man, I admire people to do that. I just think I don't need that type of exhilaration.
Well, I'm here.
I live through you.
God is great. No.
All right, next question. That's a good one, Felicia. How do you? Let me go to this one. This is like a good tie-in. This is David from Rumford, Rhode Island, and he says, "When are you releasing your next album? Is it in the works?" Good segue.
David, yes, that was a great question right there. Unless Black made that happen, just went to that like, it's the flow of things. But look, so David, I did an album called "Let Love Have the Last Word." It's inspired by the book, and what that means is not actually every song is not like to a chapter in the book, but I think the album has some of the themes and tones of what the book is about, but also it just goes to all these other places too. I'm real excited about the album. It's man, it's got some great music. I got some unique and fresh collaborations on there, like with other artists, but also some production that I think people will be real enthused by who I connected with on the production. As far as definitely one special one that but the album is a really fresh look on music for me. I feel like that space when I was just making music and just focused on music, I did that this album. Like I wasn't trying to do a film while I was doing this music. I just I had to go pay the bills and go do certain other things that was work related, but overall I was focused on the music for these few months. We started in January and it's really I really am happy with the way the art turned out. I feel like it's good music for the world right now.
It's coming. It's coming, David. All right, so we're gonna switch it up real quick.
Oh, did I tell them when it'll come out? In the album will be coming out in the middle to late part of the summer, but also a single will be out in June. So look out for that. And right now we on this book mission.
Slanging them books.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna switch it up real quick. There's a game called 22 Questions in 2 minutes. You can't look at the questions.
I ain't looking at all this, man.
22 questions. This is rapid fire. We got a timer. I'm gonna put a timer on right now. Let me see. All right,
I'm gonna be rapping with the signing.
All right, ready? You're gonna stopwatch right here. You gotta answer 22 in 2 minutes. 2 minute warning.
Okay.
You know how the NBA say 2 minutes.
Yes. 2 minutes.
All right, ready? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go. Who would you like to have dinner with, past or present?
Martin Luther King Jr.
Which one, Game of Thrones or Stranger Things?
Stranger Things. I really like Stranger Things.
What's your favorite breakfast food?
Pancakes.
What's your favorite genre of music?
Hip hop.
Who's your idol growing up?
Muhammad Ali.
What's your favorite international cuisine?
I like Jamaican food. Is that international?
No, man, you need that works. That works.
No.
Yeah.
I like Italian. Because that's international.
Yeah, you good. What's your favorite?
I like Indian too. I like food, man. Favorite candy bar is Snickers.
Do you have a favorite season?
Yes, the summer.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory would be going to
with the foes in the mall.
would be playing bitty basketball and winning the championship.
Oh, the championship you ever got. Did you ever imagine? Do you have an imaginary friend?
Say hello to my imaginary. No, I ain't got no imaginary.
Do you have a favorite animal?
Yeah, I would probably say. I like birds, man. Birds, yeah, I really like birds.
I think so. What's your go-to workout?
My go-to workout is like plyometric workouts, which means you're moving around, doing a lot of stuff. I got great trainers like Yancey. Shout out to Yancey. He trained me, man. He is incredible, man. And I got great workouts ethics from him. And now I've been connected with a sister named Rhea out here in New York a little bit. So I got workouts, man. I can go to anything on the workouts. You know what I'm talking about.
What do you never leave home without?
My water. Water, not wallet. Water.
Gotcha. Do you have a favorite superhero?
Well, my favorite superhero, honestly, before they started making a lot of the movies was Aquaman. But now that they're making the movies, it's kind of detouring my vision of what my other superhero was. But I used to love Aquaman because I'm a Pisces and underwater. I love anyway. I know I'm a little different, but that's what it is.
I ain't not think you gonna say that. What's your favorite time of day?
Like I would say around 7 a.m. in the morning, cause I like just love taking in the sun. That's my personal time to just be in tune with with everything. Like God, I just got a peaceful time usually early in the morning.
Have you ever ridden in a hot air balloon?
Yes, in Australia I did, and it was super fun. We did that a couple times, and I will do it again.
What is your favorite board game?
I mean, I know it sounds general, but Monopoly.
Okay. What are your favorite pizza toppings?
I like green peppers on pizza. I like mushrooms. I don't eat meat, so it's just green peppers, mushrooms,
Onions.
and I like onions if it ain't too many onions on. I used to love Giordano's pizza. I still like it. I don't get to eat it as much, but I don't eat dairy. So when I want to cheat, I'll eat dairy and eat some Giordano's. But yeah, that's my favorite topping.
Who do you have a favorite teacher?
Yes, his name is Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown was my favorite teacher. He's my math teacher, and he taught us a lot just about being black men. He just was intelligent, and man, still to this day, I feel like I remember the area of a square is 4S, like the formula for the area of a square, 4S. But that's kind of easy, 4 sides. But even pi is 3.14729.
That's all.
Check
you got.
that out. Check that out.
Fact check you.
Yo,
Fact
check that
check
out. Somebody check that out and come back to me. The Pythagorean theorem: A squared plus
Lord,
B squared equals C squared. Yo, Mr. Brown had us right. Yo, I love you, Mr. Brown, man. You incredible. He could sing too. He could sing almost like
Shout
not
out to Mr. Brown.
He could sing almost not. He had a voice of Luther, but he had his own voice, and he dope, man.
That'd be cool if Luther was a real teacher.
That would be. Mr. Brown used to get down for it.
All right, so do you like movie popcorn with or without butter?
Man, I love it with butter, but I told you, like I said, I don't eat dairy as much. But I will say, I go to the movies. 25% of the reason I go to the movies is for popcorn. The other 25 is trailers, and then the other 50 is the movie. They gotta be a movie I love, and I still go to movies.
You know you can make popcorn at home. Man.
I know. I want to go to.
There's something about that experience, though.
Yo, something about that going to the movie theaters. I be going through 1 or 2 popcorn, and any girl that's been on a date with me, I make her get her own popcorn. I mean, I pay for it, but I'm like, you got to get your own popcorn because I eat all the popcorn, so I buy it, but she got to.
That's funny. 25% is the popcorn.
I thought I was the only one.
You do that? You do that too?
Yeah. Who's your favorite author?
My favorite author. Well, I think I'm gonna have to go with my favorite book, which is the autobiography of Malcolm X. He wrote that along with Alex Haley as his co-writer. So that my favorite book. That's probably my favorite, author because of that. But some of the authors I definitely like now. Obviously, it's Ta-Nehisi Coates is somebody I think is super dope. I like Marianne Williamson, who wrote Return to Love. I know she's on a political run too, but I love her literature.
And the last question is, who has impacted you the most? Thank you, man. I ain't want to write.
Yeah.
I mean, I wrote Glory and Light and do somebody else.
Yeah, but man, I would have to say my mother has impacted me the most. If talking about human being, you know what? I would think, in many ways, I would say the life of Jesus has influenced me the most. And I say that because even if, somebody doesn't practice that form of religion, just the way he's lived, I'm talking about for me, and what Jesus was talking about to people and what he was saying, like in different ways, like, to love others as much as you love yourself. Love others in the way that you love yourself. Forgive 77 times. Going around turning over the tables in the churches because they weren't, they was tripping in the church, hanging out with prostitutes and the poor and the tax collectors. I feel like that influence has been the highest influence in my life. You hungry or something, man? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That influence has been the highest influence in my life. But anybody, if I think somebody that I've lived and been in contact with, I would say that my mother has been that person because, she taught me what love is and taught me what life is, and then continues to grow. And like I said, she surprises me with a lot of great ideas and thoughts, and still to this day I'm learning from her. So she's been a great influence.
All right, so this is the last question, and we're gonna wrap it up. And just don't forget that you can get your autographed copy at premiercollectibles.com/common to get your autographed book. And this is why we're doing this. So if you can't make the tour, you can still get the book, and you can get the book signed. So the last question is another good segue. I know the answer to this, but it's always good to hear, and a lot of people don't know this. But what is the background for your name being Common?
Who asked that? Where's she from?
Oh, that's Yanela from Tallahassee, Florida.
Ooh, Tallahassee, shout out. Yanela, Tallahassee, Florida. That's FAMU. That's what FAMU is. Shout out. I'm almost to the last book, so I want to answer the last question as I sign the last book. All right, this is the last book. Thank y'all for supporting and being on with us, being live with us. That's dope that y'all hung out and took time. So, Yanela. So the name Common, actually, I thought about it. It was originally Common Sense. And I actually made it up in the city of Florida. I mean, the city of Tallahassee. I was at school. I was sitting around with my homies. And, I just was thinking of different names. My thoughts was floating because they were smoking what you call Cincy. Smoking that Cincy, right? And my mother used to always tell me, man, boy, you better use some common sense, because, when I would just do things that was just dumb, she'd be like, man, use common sense. And for some reason, thoughts pop in your head. I got imagination, right? We all do. I just thought about, man, what if I call myself Common Sense as a rapper? Because you had so many different types of names in rap. You had Slick Rick, you had Big Daddy Kane, you had, by the time I was thinking of this name, it was like Third Base, it was Groups, Tribe Called Quest, Q-Tip, I wanted to have a name that was unique and everyday too. So the name Common Sense is what I chose. And unfortunately, like 4 years into my record career, it was a group that had the same name. And they sued me for my name, and I had to change my name the way Notorious had to change his name, and a couple other artists because had to change their name. And I had to change it from Common Sense to Common. And now I'm very grateful. At the time, I was pissed. I started losing my head that time, like, cause of these guys. I'm gonna be real good and nice, man. These guys had fought me for the name. Anyway, the name Common is what it became, and I'm grateful for that name, and bless those brothers. They gave me a blessing when I didn't know it was gonna be a blessing, cause I was hurting when they first wanted my name, cause I just built my name up. So much love. That's how I got the name Common. It came from Common Sense, and thank y'all for taking time to hang out with us. We're very excited about the release of Let Love Have the Last Word. This book is, man, I think y'all will dig it and be inspired, and hopefully, be willing to keep getting better and growing, all of us within ourselves, man. And we about to go watch the game.
Yes.
And y'all have a great rest of the evening, wherever you may be in the world, or day. This is my man, Sean Glover. We call him Black. We go way back. We be ready to attack. But today we won't smack nobody. This is God body. This is your party. This is my party. We stay godly. Shout out to my man Yachty. Maybe not the little one, but still I can dribble one up the court. This is a new type of sport, a new frame of thought. Oh shoot, you've been caught. Caught by what? Maybe a different type of web, the series. Common sense, I see these type of flows. They come in places that grows straight from the water. I talked about my daughter a lot in the book. Some things I can't overlook. Never again. Congratulations to Amoye Lynn. She's about to graduate from Howard. You know that's high powered. I'm gonna go home and take a shower. Spend about an hour of the dirt to get it off. We got it lit and off. What does that mean if you think about the dream, keeping things supreme? It's like a love supreme. Got the whole team. We came to beam. I guess I made a dream become something that's a thing. Sort of like Dr. King, the way I took the wings and had them boys swing across the air. You could just stare. I'm ready to prepare, dare anybody to speak against the truth. I've been in many booths and what? I ain't a sleuth. I just was on the roof thinking I could fly. I came from the shy. Now I'm saying goodbye to the people that understand collectibles. This is about right now, yo, the schedule. Off the line, on with mine. I'm off and on with mine. Never been soft with rhyme. I'm coughing up my mind, getting it out. This is what I'm doing. We sitting on the couch. I never been a slouch when it comes to this. Me and my man Rilla Tamo, we had fun with this when we was talking about MCing and freestyling. That's when I did it back then on Stony Island. I was just a child in the car, and I was thinking, yo, common sense will go far. I thought about it and then I thought about it and then I think about it and then I had to drink about it a couple of times when I got into that wine and said these things ain't happening the way that I be rapping. I should be much bigger. I had to figure it out and now I'm digging it out and you can know what happened when I come down. I guess I had to swerve again and let you know about the love had the last word. Peace.
Peace. Oh, somebody asked, where can they get that sweatshirt? Bloomingdale's. We got this merch at Bloomingdale's. That hoodie. We got some great t-shirts. And online at thinkcommon.com. Thank y'all for hanging out. Remember, premiercollectibles.com/common. Get your autographed book.
Peace.